Well, welcome everybody to day one of our 90-day game plan. I hope that you've had a restful weekend from Level Up and you've taken an opportunity to clear your schedule and get ready for the next 90 days. We have an incredible lineup of support and resources for you. And you will see that I will pop into the group every single day and teach a lesson. So for those of you who don't know, Eric Moray is also running a 90-day game plan in his accelerator group. And so having access to that has been such a privilege and an honor to be able to get Eric's content. And I'm going to share that with you every single day. So make sure you tune in. These will be recorded. We will have a YouTube channel for all of them to be uploaded in as well. But I just thought today to get things started, I would pop in live to the group as well as record this so that anybody who is raring to go can go ahead and get the information now and not have to wait for me to pull it out of Zoom, upload it into YouTube, and then put it in this group. Okay. So just before we get started here, I just wanted to go over a couple housekeeping notes with you. I know one thing that Lauren LaHave had mentioned when we were all at her house, and she mentioned it again on Wednesday, was to make sure that you have designated office hours set for your Juice Plus business. Okay, this is not, there is nobody has success in life multitasking. Okay, multitasking, things that you can be successful. Multitasking would be like driving and listening to a book, driving and listening to personal development, have personal development, a book or a podcast, or Tony Robbins playing in the background while you're cooking dinner, while you're, taking the dog for a walk, things like that. That's successful multitasking. But thinking that you're going to do this business while you're doing other things, in the middle of doing other things, just never seems to be successful. So it's very important. And that's why Lauren started us all out with that activity, is what are your office hours? And I think a lot of you even put it in the comments of what your office hours are in the group. So huge acknowledgement for those of you that have done that. If you haven't done that so far, that's okay. Please start today with identifying what your office hours are, and realize, guys, it doesn't matter when they are. Now, sometimes it's a little weird to send messages to people, text messages, if it's 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm an early riser, or if it's midnight. But when it comes to social media, most people don't have their social media alerts on that early in the morning or late at night. So you can get away with sending messages and responding to those messages when you have the time to do so. So make sure you have your office hours set if you don't have those set already. Another thing that, Eric mentioned that I think is so critically important, I know I mentioned this to my team a lot, but I think it's important to say it again, is that if you want to take advantage of the Facebook algorithms, you don't want to have a lot of Juice Plus partners as friends, right? So you're not going to hurt anybody's feelings. They shouldn't take it personally if you decide to unfriend them. What happens in Facebook is whoever you see in your feed is who Facebook believes you have similarities with, and Facebook wants those people to see more of your information. So when you hop on Facebook and you're scrolling and you're like, oh, I just met her at Level Up. Oh, I just met her at Level Up. Oh, she's on my team. Oh, I just met her at Level Up. That means that as we're doing this 90-day push, Facebook is not pushing your information to people that are new and new prospects. Facebook is pushing your post to the people that you're seeing in your feed, which are already part of Juice Plus. So you want to unfriend those people. And I have a script that I'm going to put in the comment section that you can use, that Eric shared with all of us. He got it from Fraser Brooks, that you can use to go ahead and unfriend those people. And so the script says, hi, Mary, just wanted to let you know I'm making room on my friends list for new prospects to share our incredible product and business with. To do that, I'll be removing many Juice Plus partners, but please know that my messenger is open at all times if you want to reach out to me. Also know that my page is set to public, and I would really appreciate it if when I defriend you that you still decide to follow me. Okay, so you can follow somebody and that's not going to mess up your algorithm. So you don't want to be friends with them. You want to, you just want them to follow you, and vice versa. You want to follow them. Okay. So take some time in the beginning of this week to clean a lot of that up, just because we want to make sure that our efforts are utilized as best as they can. Another thing that I want to show you, I'm just going to share my screen here real quickly. Here it is. Some of you may be wondering what the high paying activities are. Okay, so Lauren talks about a DMO, but then she quickly rolled into no, it's more like an IPA. What are the income producing activities? So I have put together a daily scorecard, and this is something that you want to be rating yourself at always, every single day. These are the categories that you want to make sure that you're doing every single day. Obviously, the most important ones are that you're converting people to customers and you're converting people to partners, but there's a lot of activity that leads up to that. And you may be wondering, what does that activity look like? So let me share my screen and show you what the scorecard is. Again, I will post this in the Facebook group as well. This is what you want to make sure you're doing every single day. Okay. So for my team, when I do my power hours, you can see that sometimes I go through and I just go through the alphabet and I go through all the A's and I take a look at, okay, how do I know this person? Is this person part of my avatar? If they're not part of my avatar, then I get rid of them. There's no reason for them to be one of my social media contacts unless it's a really good friend of mine, because my social media is 100% strictly for the use of to grow my Juice Plus business. So I am constantly adding people. I'm constantly also deleting people. So if I go through the A's and I see that I've sent somebody 2 messages and they haven't replied at all, I'm deleting that contact so that I have the opportunity to add another one, right? So you add people in your groups, right? That's where we go to groups. We look for people that have things in common with us, because we always want to make sure that we can start a conversation and have something in common. For me, maybe it's they are into rescue dogs, maybe they're into travel, maybe they're into working out, women's empowerment, something of that nature. Okay. So how many strangers did you add? That's something that you should be doing every single day, adding new people, because when you post about the opportunity or you post and you want to connect with somebody, you need to make sure that you're adding new people to see that. All right. So how many people did you add? How many of your current friends have you chatted with in the DM? So that's for me going through the alphabet. So if I started with A's, how many of those A's did I start a conversation with? How many times did I ask the question? So asking the question is, are you open, right? Do you keep your income options open? I see that you're really focused on health and wellness. Would you be open to, understanding what it is that I do? I am focused